Hey, good evening and welcome to Boot Camp. I'm your host, Vic Senese. Welcome to the show. Don't forget, if you're new to the show, to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about one of the ways you can really promote your podcast, and that's by creating a promo video. And I'm going to tell you about some really simple ways to do that. The old way to do it was you had to pay people to put on the production for you. And I can tell you, I've got successful enough that I get emails every day from somebody saying they'll edit my work or they'll promote the show and all these other things they want to do. But of course, there's always, a price tag in there. The new way is using AI, and I've been using AI for a while to help promote the show and to do things to make it easier. And that's why I'm here to show you on Bootcamp what you can do. So let's talk about what the promo video is. It's basically a teaser. It's kind of how you get people to, look and hopefully go down and watch your videos. They're short. I'd say a minute or less. You want just enough to hook them. And you can kind of see from this little script here, you got to hit them right away to get them hooked. And then you want to kind of tell them a little bit about you and then what's going on, etc., what the show is going to be about. So this is something I found online about how to script it. And I think it makes sense. I saw this on a few other different sites that said you always want to start with a provocative question. So like it shows here, what if everything you knew about sleep was wrong? Make people start to think. You want to right away hit them with a question. And then maybe some statistics that are kind of surprising, and then a compelling quote, maybe something like that. That's what's going to get them hooked on wanting to learn more about what you're going to talk about. Now, one of the things that I like to do is, again, using AI. I'm going to be talking about using Gemini, Suno, and Pictory, all that utilize AI in some form or fashion. Suno is a music program. It's really designed to produce, songs and write songs. But as you can kind of see from this little chart here, it's also able to produce some really nice voiceovers, which is what you're looking for. On a video, you want a voiceover. It's kind of an explainer video, what you're doing. So anyway, that's why I use Suno. And then this is kind of the way you're going to do this. Is the number one step is to get your voice step. Now, I'm going to talk to you about how you can use AI to write that teaser script, or you can write it yourself. It's up to you. I kind of like to use AI because I always ask it to make it optimized for YouTube videos. So that's kind of AI writing for its own self, and it tends to do a better job sometimes than you can do yourself. Then you got to create the scenes, and that's what we're going to talk about. That's where Pictory comes in, because you're going to be creating videos from it, and then you're going to put this whole thing together. This is one of the things that I've read, that a lot of the videos people look at, they don't actually listen to them. They just scroll right through them. So they should have captions so people can read if they don't want to have the volume on. So you can do that because it's automatically done by the Pictory. Or you don't have to have them if you don't like them. Bottom line is, you're the one in charge. You're the conductor. You're going to be producing this. Now, I'm going to go over my step-by-step program where I'm going to show you how I use Gemini to produce the script, how I make Suno read and do the voicing for the script, and then finally how Pictory will put together a picture story for you, a video for it, and we got it. And it's can produce some of the stuff relatively quick. So let's go over to the show. So I'm going to be making a teaser for this episode right here for Euronurse. It's episode 204, Your Dynamics Made Easy, Setup and Step-by-Step Guide. So I've already got a title that I've produced. I've talked about how you use AI for a lot of this stuff. So I'm going to go right in here. So here, I've been kind of playing with Gemini since they've just introduced their, at the time I recorded this, they just had their big I.O. and they're really taking off in this realm. So anyway, I use Google Chrome. I'm in Google for a lot of my stuff anyway, so I'm going to use Ask Gemini. I could do this in ChatGPT, but I thought I'd give this one a try. So I got this pre-made statement here. Give me a teaser for next week's Euronurse on, and then Urodynamics Made Easy, step-by-step guide. Setup and step-by-step guide. So that was my title. So I'm going to let AI do the work. And here's what it came up with. Urodynamics Made Easy, next week on Euronurse. As we were talking about in the earlier slides, you want to usually invoke attention grabbing by coming up with a question. So I like what it's done here. Does the thought of setting up a urodynamic study make you want to change shifts? You are definitely not alone. Between the lines, the transducers, the calibration, it can make you feel like you need an engineering degree just to get started. Let's grab all of this because I can always cut down some of this stuff here. So we're going to copy that. If you're not familiar with Suno, it's pretty simple to use. You just go into your Suno program, and your home will kind of ask you, turn your thoughts into music. What I want to do is I want to create. So I go into creation. There's simple, where you can just describe it. Advanced, where you can write your own lyrics. And sounds. So the lyrics are actually what I just took out of the other program. So I set these up because I want them to come out as sentences, and you'll see it'll make more sense in a second here. So, okay. So we've kind of got a basic set up here. Sometimes I like to space out these things here just because it makes it easier for me to see where everything is at into sentences. Okay. The next thing I want to do is create a style. I'm going for narration. So I'm just going to make it real simple. You could do male narration, female narration. You could tell it somebody with a deep voice, or you could say somebody, you can really get into describing the persona. Or you can go back to AI and ask it to create a Suno prompt for narration. Now, since I've already told it what I'm looking to do, it's going to probably know what it kind of follows this conversation. So here's a Suno prompt. And we'll try that. For educational, this would be high energy, engaging teaser. We'll try this one first. And then I always give it a title so I know which one I'm working on. I'm working on 204. And then I hit create. Now, while it's creating that, I can go back to this other one here just to see the comparison. Copy that one. And you can change the style right here. And actually going to just go into what I would have done, and that's male narration. All right, so we got 3 options to listen to. Now you can see it's cooking away here. We want to keep it to within about a minute. So some of these are getting a little long, so I may want to trim them down, but let's take a listen.
Does the thought of setting up a urodynamics study make you want to change shifts? You are definitely not alone. Between the lines, the transducers, and the calibration, it can feel like you need an engineering degree just to get started. We are stripping away the complexity next week to bring you Urodynamics Made Easy, setup and step-by-step guide. What we're covering: flawless setup, a foolproof step-by-step walkthrough to get your equipment prepped without the stress. Troubleshooting on the fly, how to spot and fix common artifacts before they mess up your data. Patient comfort secrets, practical tips to keep your patients relaxed and comfortable throughout the study. Whether you are brand new to the clinic or just looking for a refresher to sharpen your technique, this episode is your ultimate cheat sheet. Save the date. Saturday, June 27 at 9 a.m. Don't miss it. Streamline your workflow, boost your confidence, and master the setup like a pro. See you there.
Not bad. It gives you 2 examples for each. Now, this was the other dramatic voiceover it used.
Does the thought of setting up a urodynamics study make you want to change shifts? You are definitely not alone. Between the lines, the transducers, and the calibration, it can feel like you need an engineering degree just to get started.
Now, one thing I will mention is, so all of these have actually been pretty good voiceovers. Sometimes it'll misspell or not misspell, mispronounce something. So you can break it out phonetically and correct it that way. Just a quick trick. Absolutely spot on with this. Suno has really gotten a lot better. Now, I got to tell you right now, I pay for my Suno. One of the few AIs that I do pay for, and it's worth every penny. All right, so now here's what I did, just the straightforward male narration.
Of setting up a urodynamics study make you want to change shifts. You are definitely not alone. Between the lines, the transducers, and the calibration, it can feel like you need an engineering degree just to get started. We are stripping away the complexity next week to bring you urodynamics made easy. Setup and step-by-step guide. What we're covering. Flawless setup of...
So you can see that's pretty similar to this dramatic. Definitely kind of like the prompt that Google's Gemini gave me. So I like this one best, so I kind of put my thumb up on that. Now you go over here, and what I'm going to do is download the MP3 audio. That's all you need. That's simple. So now we've gotten AI to create our teaser. We got AI to come up with a prompt for Suno for our voiceover. So now we need to go and have a real easy way to create our little video part. So I'm going to get rid of this here. And that's where I go into this thing called Pictory. Now, I've been using Pictory for over a year now. And it's really, it's a great way to get custom-made videos to go along with your audio. And the nice thing about it is they've got this new feature, audio to video. So the audio we just created, I can go in here and download that audio track I just created. And it's going to break that into the actual words. It's going to come up with video from stock footage that it thinks can kind of go along with it. I'm going to go here and just say, first of all, I've never used Square. I do landscape, everything landscape. And then I just go in here and hit create a video. This is what it broke the scenes into. Now, some of the scenes it thought they should be joined together. And that's, we can see that these are joined scenes. So it's broke the text into all these different words here, and it came up with 19 scenes. And we can see here, it is putting in the words on here, the closed caption. Most of the programs, like I'm going to upload this to YouTube, most of the things like YouTube are going to put their own words in here. So you can leave these here or you can take them out. It's up to you. Sometimes you can just find something that just looks really complicated. So I know that's an IV system, but it's not really urodynamics, but, or you can find this. It tells you how many seconds that this of video there is. I kind of like this. This is really complicated looking. So let's see how that trails here.
Does the thought of setting up a urodynamics study make you want to change shifts? You are definitely not alone.
So that's kind of cool. I like how that looked. Actually, it looks like a urodynamics tracing. So I'm going to kind of go with that one. So that's a pretty long duration. I could break these up into something smaller. What we're covering, flawless, foolproof, step by step. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlink this scene here. And this will allow me to put something else in for those two. You see, it has a lot of options here. All right, so I'm going to keep moving along here. Whether you're brand new to the clinic or just looking for kind of like this one where they're just walking into the clinic. Save the date. And this is going to be kind of our, like, something along that line.
Does the thought of setting up a urodynamic study make you want to change shifts? You are definitely not alone. Between the lines, the transducers, and the calibration, it can feel like you need an engineering degree just to get started. We are stripping away the complexity.
All right. The only thing I'm going to do is I want to be able to add in so they know where to go here. So they know where to find UroNurse. It should, I think it'll keep it from. So the other thing I noticed, some misspelling urodynamics was not spelled right. Alrighty, so now it's generated it, and it said it's ready to be downloaded. I click download, and it creates my file right there. There's my video file. And if I want to go ahead and play that, I'm available to go ahead and play that in its full beauty.
Does the thought of setting up a urodynamic study make you want to change shifts? You are definitely not alone. Between the lines, the transducers, and the calibration, it can feel like you need an engineering degree just to get started. We are stripping away the complexity next week to bring you urodynamics made easy. Setup and step-by-step guide. What we're covering: flawless setup, a foolproof step-by-step walkthrough to get your equipment prepped without the stress. Troubleshooting on the fly, how to spot and fix common artifacts before they mess up your data. Patient comfort secrets, practical tips to keep your patients relaxed and comfortable throughout the study. Whether you are brand new to the clinic or just looking for a refresher to sharpen your technique, this episode is your ultimate cheat sheet. Save the date. Saturday, June 27 at 9 a.m. Don't miss it. Streamline your workflow, boost your confidence, and master the setup like a pro. See you there.
Well, I hope you found that useful and exciting and that you'll utilize it yourself.